Morning, Birdland. Let's look at the positives. With the Orioles continuing to be this bad, it frees up a lot of time this summer. No need to pay attention to this team until you find out they made a big trade or called up one of the prospects you care about. Use that time to your advantage. Start a hobby. Have you always wanted to get into graphic design? I'm sure the local community college is giving a class. You've told yourself you would get in shape for the last 3 years. Get to the gym. The World Cup is coming up, and some of the matches start at 6 a.m. Go to bed early with confidence that the Orioles aren't gonna come back in this one. Lynx Orioles agree to terms with first-rounder Grayson Rodriguez. MLB trade rumors. Looks like the O's are going to get their first and second-round pick signed for a little under their slot value, which will free up some money for later in the draft. That's a good thing, but it's more important that these top 2 selections pan out. The Orioles' outfield defense is brutal. Camden Tapati. You already know things aren't going well, but when you see the numbers, it makes the fact sink in even more. Are the Orioles going to let Chris Davis have the worst season ever? Deadspin National writers and their outlets are starting to catch on to things that people in Baltimore have been aware of for at least a month. Chris Davis is not going to get better. This is the player that he is now. Zach Britton injury update. Orioles closer could return Wednesday. Sporting News. We are still allowed to be excited about things in 2018. Zach Britton would improve this team, and showing that he is healthy could mean the O's still trade him for a decent prospect or 2 in July. Road tripping to Wrigley Field to see Orioles, Baltimore baseball. 2014. The Birds were a good team with potential. They would go on to win the AL East and reach the ALCS in the most exhilarating season in my memory. I'm 25. You will recall that team was swept by the Cubs in August of that year, with former Orioles Jake Arrieta and Tsuyoshi Wada absolutely shutting down the offense. Orioles birthdays and history. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Sorry to say that it seems you don't share the day with any former big league Birds. However, it is the 38th birthday of Mike Fontenot, who was an O's farmhand from 2002 to 2004 after being drafted 19th overall back in 2001. The organization traded him to the Cubs along with Jerry Hairston in 2005 for Sammy Sosa, who then went on to have the worst season of his MLB career that year. Fontenot played 582 Major League games with the Cubs, Giants and Phillies, accumulated a 4.3 WAR and hit .265, .332, .401 in 7 seasons. Other famous birthdays: sportscaster Dick Vitale, 1939, screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, 1961, actor Johnny Depp, 1963, and actress Natalie Portman, 1981. 1534, Jacques Cartier becomes the first European to map the St. Lawrence River, which connects the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. 1934, Donald Duck debuts. 1959, the first nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, the USS George Washington, is launched. 1973, Secretariat wins the Triple Crown.